This brings us to the banquet scene, or cylinder seal. And what you're seeing is an impression of the actual piece. Here on the left, we have the actual cylinder seal, and on the right is what happens when you roll it across clay or wax, as it was originally intended. And this would have acted as a signature. You have basically a literate society, because literacy and the idea of written language is very new at this time. And this would have acted as a signature. It would have shown one very important thing, which is ownership. We'll get to that in a second. At either end, there are holes drilled. This is a different one, but same idea. So there's a hole drilled through the center, as if you could wear it around a wrist or maybe as a necklace, keeping it on your person. And much like the statuettes of a Ashwina, the quality is there to a limited degree. These are mass-produced. Everyone's going to have one. They're going to have varying quality, whether you had a lot of money to spend on one or perhaps very little. And the interesting thing here is this is not the only place that we see these. Actually, the Indus River Valley civilizations of India will have identical seals, indicating trade between India and Mesopotamia. And this is not unusual. None of these societies will develop in total isolation. Now, this whole thing gives us the idea of ownership. You don't need a signature if you don't own anything. So what they would use these for is, for example, you might have communal storage of grain, crops, wine, or oil. And you could use this to sign the jar so that you know that that's yours. And when we look at this one, this is actually a banquet scene depicting primarily women, or what we interpret as women. So it gives us this idea of women having a very powerful role in society. And based on their size, with hierarchy of scale, these two figures are much larger. It gives us this idea that there are very important women in the society. And women in Sumerian society are surprisingly well off. There is the equivalent of child support. There is divorce. These ideas that we think of as very modern are already appearing in the Sumerian world. And they appear elsewhere in the world as well. So it's giving us an idea of the role of women, and it's interesting that they're being depicted at a banquet. Maybe these women are socialites, and that's the focus of their lives. Maybe these women have some more powerful role. We just can't be entirely sure.